टाटा मोटर्स लेके आए हैं भारत का पहला ड्यूल क्लच ऑटोमेटिक ट्रांसमिशन। यही नहीं, ये है टाटा मोटर्स का पहला और भारत का सबसे सस्ता ड्यूल क्लच ऑटोमेटिक ट्रांसमिशन। खबर तो बड़ी अच्छी है, पर सवाल ये उठता है कि क्या आपको, हाँ जी आपको, अपने मेहनत की कमाई हुए पैसे टाटा मोटर्स की इस नई टेक्नोलॉजी पे लगाने चाहिए? बने रहिए, क्योंकि हमारे संवाददाता विपुल पुनेठा देने वाले आपको पूरी रिपोर्ट। I just can't figure out what that hype is all about. Yes, this is India's first and least expensive dual clutch automatic. Nice, really nice. But should we be celebrating its arrival or be wondering what took an Indian manufacturer so long to introduce this technology to us? I mean, this is still coming from a country that has launched satellites in the space.
Lift off normal.
Complicated and sophisticated that this transmission is. That is because of the setup that it uses. Two clutches. Yeah, thanks for stating the obvious. It is a dual clutch transmission, but let me put it this way. Think of it as two individual gearboxes, one for your even gears and one for your odd gears, both of which have their own clutch setup. Now, why would you need such a complicated transmission? That is because it allows the engine and the ECU to run logics that can pre-select a gear. So every time you're driving fast, the system knows what gear you will be hitting. And the same applies when you downshift as well. As a result, gear shifts are now a lot more snappier, faster, and a lot more smoother. Now that we know what a dual clutch transmission is, let's look at what we have here. Now this is what Tata Motors is calling a DCA, dual clutch automatic. It even has two, or rather dual, arrows within the A. Makes it exciting? I wouldn't be sure, because this transmission is only being offered with the 1.2-litre naturally aspirated engine. Strange, because you'd expect Tata Motors to offer the quicker transmission with the quicker of the two engines, which is the 1.2-litre turbocharged engine. Maybe they were just confused where to place the badges, the DCA here and the iTurbo somewhere. I don't know.
Good thing is, it's not just fast, it's advanced too.
In fact, here's a list of features that Tata Motors is offering with this dual clutch automatic transmission, and I've made a list for you. So it gets a segment first shift by wire transmission, only if it had the performance to match those quick toggles. It gets a shift by wire transmission, which means Tata Motors could then introduce an automatic park engage, a good safety feature. It gets self-healing technology. Must have Wolverine's genes inside. 35% less components, making this a little compact and also easier to maintain. Tested and designed to perform in extreme weather conditions. The list just does not end here. Has Tata Motors really pioneered something?
To find out, I set out for a drive within the city and then the outskirts of it.
Pottering in the city is an easier affair with the Altroz, because now it finally gets an automatic transmission, and I know a lot of you would be rejoicing that fact. Downshifts and upshifts both are very smooth. It is just a lot more pleasant to drive in tight spaces, something that the Altroz was missing for a very long time. Now, the nature of the transmission, it is very mature and very smooth in its operation, quite calm as compared to the torque converters that is being offered with a 1-litre TSI. Now, I know that is not an apples to apple comparison, but that is what money buys you in this segment. The setup that this DCA uses is a wet clutch setup, just like a Bugatti Veyron. Now, that helps with better cooling and lesser wear and tear of the clutch, again, just like the Bugatti Veyron. But wait a minute. Every time you want to drive it like a Bugatti Veyron, this is what happens. That noise, that's not the transmission. No, that is the engine, because it just doesn't match the swiftness of the gearbox. The gearbox, it knows what gear to place the car in. That is good. But the engine, it's not enthusiastic at all. Come on, Tata Motors, we would have expected this transmission with the iTurbo engine. I hope it's right around the corner. When you do bring that around, please make sure you offer paddle shifters as well, because this chassis is just so playful. Not the engine, just the chassis.
To test all of those claims and features that come with this transmission in a few hours would be a job that only a Marvel superhero could accomplish. I mean, this is a transmission that could easily be upset by factors like extreme weather conditions and driving style. What will be easier at this point of time is to rejoice the fact that we finally get an advanced dual clutch automatic on a mass-marketed car.
Now, going by the sales figures that Tata Motors have been pulling in the past few months, I think the Altroz DCA is going to expand the reach even more and draw in a lot more customers. Why is it that you ask? Well, let me put it this way. If you're in the market looking at a handsome hatchback that is adequately feature-packed, comes with good space on the inside, and is safe and offers an automatic transmission that is not a jerky AMT or a rubbery CVT, you have very limited options. In fact, you're looking at one right now. It is, in fact, the Altroz DCA. If you're looking for performance in this equation, I would suggest you'll have to look elsewhere. The good thing with the Altroz DCA is that it's not as expensive as the rest of the competition.
We are excited to test this transmission with their turbocharged engine. Will it be the Altroz or the Nexon? For now, only Tata Motors seem to have the right answer to this.